Okay, this is day 35. Um, Sorry for the 8 day delay since the last video. You can probably hear it in my voice, but I was pretty sick. But now I can speak again, basically. I was sick already, and then on Thursday night I had a basketball game and I went anyways, and I was like trying to coach and yell a lot and keep everyone active. But then the next day I woke up and I had like no voice whatsoever. Like I could not speak at all. 0% on Friday. And even on Saturday, pretty much didn't have a voice. Sunday started to get it back. Uh, Yesterday, a bit more. Today is a lot better. Like if I don't know, if my voice doesn't sound good today, it is so much better than it was yesterday. And yeah. Anyways, and also thank you to you know who you are who replied to my community post telling me that they hope I get better soon. I appreciate it. And here we go. Let's read the start of 2007, January 1st, 2007. Pretty historic blog post. Subway Super Bowl. Well, okay, the chances are remote. For about 1 week at least, I can entertain myself with the possibility, faint as it may be. The Giants and the Jets are both in the playoffs. The Jets got in yesterday when they defeated the woeful Raiders in the Meadowlands. Sorry about that, Lodi. Oakland was 2-13 coming in, so Gang Green was heavily favored. But I've been a Jets fan for a long, long line time, and when you're a Jets fan, you learn never to take anything for granted. The same old Jets of years past would have found a way to blow this game and the playoffs with it. They do seem to have turned a corner under the coach, Eric Mangini, however, for they are beating teams that they ought to beat. To their credit, the Raiders did not roll over, although their own season ended months ago. They played hard, especially with their tough young defense, and made a tight game of it until the fourth quarter. The Jets wanted it more, however. Chad Pennington played a smart, careful, and efficient game, and finished the first full 16-game season of his career with a convincing win. And Leon Washington, the rookie the Jets picked with the draft choice they got for former coach Herman Edwards, sealed the win with another nifty darting run. Sorry, I'm going to take a sec to rest my voice. Also, with the draft choice they got, you can trade your coach in the NFL. Is that what this seems to imply? Like, I don't really watch American football, so. For example, I watch NBA. Yeah, this seems to imply you can trade. Like, they got the. Picked with the draft choice they got for former coach. Okay, I'm trying to, like, wrap my head around that. Anyways, on paper, the Jets are probably the least talented of the 12 teams to make the playoffs. In fact, they have less talent than several teams that will be staying home in January. The Panthers, Bengals, and Broncos all come to mind. They play tough and smart, however, and unlike the same old Jets of yore, they seldom shoot themselves in the foot. That's what I like so much about them. I have a soft spot for underdogs and overachievers. As for the Giants, their playoff berth was not certain until a few of Sunday's games fell out in certain ways. They had largely assured themselves of a berth the night before when they defeated the Washington Redskins to finish the season at 8-8. So after starting the season at 6-2, mind you, the victory over the Redskins was anything but convincing. It wasn't the Giants who beat the Skins as much as it was Tiki Barber. Last season, Tiki set a franchise rushing record in a game against the Kansas City Chiefs. I blogged about it at the time. Yeah, I remember that blog. I don't know which day it was, but anyways, I guess if it was a year ago, maybe it's in the tens. On Saturday, he broke his own record, rushing for 234 yards and 3 touchdowns. It was another amazing performance from a great player, and had me high-fiving Paris and shouting "Tiki, Tiki, Tiki" at the television set. Even so, the Giants had barely held on to win. Some experts claim that Eli Manning played much better, but I don't know what game they were watching. In the game I watched, Eli completed less than half his throws and passed for only 100 yards and change. And some of his misses were just as errant as in weeks past. One of them actually hit a Redskins DB in the ass. Tom Coughlan did actually take my advice, posted here last week, and inserted Jared Lorenzen into the game, but only for a quarterback sneak, alas. The hefty lefty got the first down, but then left the game again. Well, at least he took a snap. The Giants' defense looked as bad as Eli. Time and time again, Tiki would deliver what should have been the crushing blow, only to have let the defense let Washington answer with a score of their own and put the issue in doubt again. The young Redskins quarterback, Jason Campbell, looked like the second coming. Sorry, water break. Vince Young at times. Yes, the defense has suffered a lot of injuries, but still they should be better. New York Giants football has always meant defensive football. Even in their worst years, the Giants have always fielded a tough defense. It makes me sick to see them getting pushed around this way. The Giants are the mirror image of the Jets. On paper, they have as much talent as any team in the NFL and should be able to beat anyone. On paper, there's no reason why they should not be able to go all the way to the Super Bowl. Alas, the games are not played on paper. It all comes down to coaching, which is why I still want Tom Cullen fired, playoffs or no playoffs. Eric Mangini has the Jets giving 200% of themselves, while Cullen is getting maybe 50% out of the Giants, except for Tiki, of course. I'm going to miss him so much next season. So now I have 1 week to savor the playoffs before wildcard weekend will be upon us. Both of my teams play on Sunday. The Jets will be going up to Boston to play the Patriots, and the Giants down to Philadelphia to play the Eagles, but are our rivals and division foes in both cases, and in both cases this will be the third meeting of the season. Rubber game since both regular season entries were split 1-1. The home teams will be favored in both games, and rightfully so. Next weekend could see both my teams eliminated. Until and unless that happens, however, I will go and cling to my hopes. Maybe the Jets will continue to surprise the pundits. Maybe the G-Men will finally wake up and play at their talent level. Maybe this will be the year we get that Subway Super Bowl. So says my heart. My head keeps telling me it will be the Chargers and the Saints in the Super Bowl this year. Current mood, null. Okay. So that was an NFL post titled Subway Super Bowl. And yeah, I'm learning a lot about football, or at least like football 15 years ago, 17 years ago from these blog posts. I usually just watch the Super Bowl every year, and usually as a social thing, not really just on my own. But I do like the sport. It's a pretty great sport. I wish I was better at football, because playing it is pretty fun. Anyways, yeah, hopefully my voice is better tomorrow and I'll make another one. I do also kind of want to talk about his current blog posts, because those have been kind of interesting, and he's been talking about the Winds of Winter openly, talking about when he's gonna, he's been saying things like, I'm gonna do this when I finish the Winds of Winter, which is always a good sign that he intends on finishing the book. Yeah, well, that's all for now. See you guys for day 36 tomorrow.